What's up, YouTube? This is your Mask Investor here on Trading Edge 4P. Everything I do is for entertainment and educational purposes. If you'd like to join my journey from 500 to a million, please subscribe as well as follow me on Twitter. So without further ado, let's talk about the program I use and go in depth afterwards in terms of my portfolio. So as you can see, the program we use here is Wealthsimple. There's a link below if you'd like to join. And if you do trade with $100 or more, we'll both mutually benefit. The benefit of this program is that it's basically a Canadian version of Robinhood. Zero fees, zero commissions. As long as you stick with Canadian stocks, there's a penalty if you decide to trade with American stocks. So I highly suggest you stick with Canadian stocks, which is what I've done on this portfolio itself. As you can see, the portfolio has grown significantly compared to the last time we saw it. It's up overall 19%. It should be more if we don't calculate the referral bonuses that I've received on the portfolio, but since I do have referral bonuses, it does benefit me to include that in this. Obviously, our hard goal is to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. If we do reach that before that, it just makes things easier to basically hit $1 million. As you can see, the portfolio itself, we have 5 stocks. They are pretty much well diversified. One of them is significantly up, which is BlackBerry. I'll talk about that later. I plan to maybe purchase more depending on the situation of my other stocks and shares. It'll probably depend on REVO and as well as Hive, or as well as rollback as well. Obviously, we'll look into it after our dividend diving. But as you can see, overall BlackBerry is up due to online sentiments. There are other factors that makes it a good company to invest in. Enbridge obviously is up. It's a long-term play that we have here for at least 5+ years. I've explained that in one of the previous videos. Hive is basically our Ethereum / cryptocurrency gamble. Obviously, it's at a all-time high, but the stock hasn't followed it pretty well. But it should go up over time. Revo is more or less a fintech, first one in Canada. Probably going to get a license in the US soon and so forth. This will have a potential of skyrocketing in the future. But as it stands, I am losing about 32%, which is quite a lot, but it's only $10. So it's a small position in my portfolio. As well as the last one is Royal Bank. I'm down $2. I need this to bounce back up, or else it won't make the dividend diving worthwhile in this situation. And overall give us some data in terms of seeing if dividend diving is worth it or not going forward. So before we go into that, let's look into our dividend diving information and stats. As you can see, this is how it has gone and progressed. We traded on Bank of Nova Scotia. Obviously, we had a slight gain. I haven't gotten the dividends yet for that. Once it does, I'll have the dividend checkmark yes at that moment. As it stands, it's at no. TD, obviously there's a huge gain due to the fact that we got lucky a bit on the stock price. It's up. RY, which is our RBC, we're a bit down for now. Hopefully it bounces back up either tomorrow or the day after before we have to purchase it for a dividend EX. And then the last and not least that we purchased in the cycle will be back in Montreal before we rinse and recycle and see how it works. And overall, we'll see if it's worth it or not to do a dividend diving or not going forward, and basically use this as key data going forward. It's pretty minor data, but at least it gives an idea if it's worth it or not. Some people do it for a living and it works out. Some people do it, they get burnt, but we'll try it out on our end. At least we'll have some data and compare it and so forth. So the other part that we're going to talk about in the video itself is, which is important, it's BlackBerry. BlackBerry is a very important stock, very important company as well. It's not a cell phone company anymore, which a lot of people might think. It used to have a high in a long ages ago of about 100+. Now obviously it's a software company, specializes in cybersecurity and so forth. They also hold a load of patents that they can sell off. They sold a few to Huawei. They also won a patent lawsuit which was held up in court for many years against Facebook, and they settled. So a lot of positives are coming to the company, and I tend to see this company going up significantly in the long run. The most important part about BlackBerry is not because people from Reddit or Wall Street Bets are talking about it, but the fundamentals behind it as well. It's a company that has a lot of money, has a lot of patents to sell if necessary, and also a lot of upcoming technology. One of the key technologies that it has is the BlackBerry QNX. They also have another one that's coming up as well. Basically, what the QNX is basically a system. It's an embedded system that they put into cars, electric vehicles, most likely. So they are signed on to a lot of electric vehicle companies. They have contracts with Amazon. They are signed on with almost all the Chinese companies like NIO. So basically, this is a system that's locked into these electric cars, scaled out per car and so forth, and sent off the market. They also have other softwares, robotics, medical devices, and so forth. As you can see, it's a lot of programs that they're into. It's just gonna get more and more better over time. And basically, the company has a lot of positives and negatives going forward. Therefore, I do see BlackBerry going up in the short term because of that, and probably a good long-term hold as well. I won't put a price target on it. I plan to hold this to raise up the portfolio. But if it does shoot up a little significantly, we will take some profits, as it is normal to profit take to secure your gains on your portfolio. The next play that we might have on the portfolio, well, we do have enough funds on it. As we can see, we need to diversify. It will be a 5G play, which is more or less coming near fall or Q3 when 5G starts to become relevant. There are many companies that we could touch in Canada for this, but the most relevant one, I believe, should be BCE, Bell Canada. It is on my watch list, as you can see here. There are other companies that people might talk about to say we should invest in. A little company like TELUS or other aspect. The problem with TELUS is the infrastructure that they have. It's all built on the Huawei system. Unfortunately, due to the ban and the issues they have with Huawei, they have to invest quite a lot of money to revamp that system. Bell, on the other hand, is on a different system. They don't really have to pay much to revamp it. Therefore, it's very easy for them to scale into 5G. And basically, for them, it shouldn't cost too much more to do so, as they already started to do so, and they're one of the first ones to have 5G in Canada. I believe that because they are the first and the leaders in Canadian market, they should reap the benefits for it, as usual. We tend to try to keep investing in leaders if we can, so that's why I usually preach leaders like BCE, or if you want banking, like the Royal Bank. It's always safer that way. Marijuana stocks, we would pick Canopy. The bigger the better, as it is hard to fall. Market leaders as they are. Alright, so this is the video that we have for now. As you can see, you have my current plays, my potential plays in the future, and we'll check up next week when we check up on week number 8 to see how the portfolio will deal with them. What I might move is if you do secure some funds, I might add a little more BlackBerry in the portfolio to ramp up the percentage, as I believe this will shoot up a little more. But as it stands, we are comfortable for position. Hopefully this helps skyrocket the portfolio up higher, and once we reach near our goal of $1,000, if we reach it before December, or I should say December at the end of the year, we should celebrate and try to ramp it up a lot faster, so that we can reach the hard goal of basically 2022, which should be 2,000, double the amount, and we keep doubling. Obviously, the faster we go, the easier and better targets we get set to hit 1 million, and we'll go from there. But this is the journey. If you guys have questions or anything like that, by all means, send a message. Thanks.